Hello everyone, how's it going? We are back for another video today. It is a Tuesday and we're heading to work, which is always good. So yeah, no, excited for it. I feel like I've got such a baby face without the mustache. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, without any facial hair because I'm pretty cleanly shaven. I shaved yesterday, but yeah. Anyway, weekend was nice. Pretty quiet, just stayed at home really, which was good, and yeah, just got a little bit of study done and whatnot, but nah, not too much, so that was all good. So yeah, at university yesterday, did that was fine, then came back, and actually I did this podcast for this magazine, this online law magazine, and they podcast with students and stuff, and like actual people in the industry, working in the law industry. But yeah, obviously I'm a student, and yeah, I went on their podcast basically just talking about, you know, life at university and stuff like that. I reached out to them, you know, they didn't reach out to me. I just kind of have listened to their podcast for a little bit now because my boss at work, he does have like subscribed to their emails, so it comes up in our inbox, and he was like, you know, check these guys out every once in a while. So you know, I've been doing that, and yeah, very exciting. And I mean, so today being October 14th, I think it is. And then yesterday, obviously, October the 13th, I believe. Again, you can verify the date in the description. I'll put it down there. But so I think they said sometime in late October, early November, the podcast will come out. So probably 2 or 3 weeks away, it'll be published on their website. So I'll be excited to hear it. You know, should be good. They were saying, so the lady who was interviewing me at the start, she was like, you know, it's pretty much the type of thing where we'll just like cut out any pieces of audio that are like bad or anything. So there was like quite a few parts during it where we were just like stuttering, and it was like, oh, cut that out, you know, like, oh, like I lost my train of thought or something like that. So it was interesting seeing the behind the scenes of a podcast. But no, it was really nice. It was really nice. Today's also feels like the first time in a while where I haven't had to really rush to get to work. You know, like I feel like the last like 2 or 3 weeks, every single time I'm having to be like run the half of the way just because I leave my house so late. But today was nice and early, so I just get to take a casual walk in, which is really good. Also, dunking update. I think I mentioned to you guys last week, I feel like I could potentially be close-ish to dunking, so like a basketball, in a somewhat relatively short period of time, potentially. But anyway, update on where I'm at with that. So I spent a bit of time over the weekend trying to do that. My back is a little bit injured right now. I think I kind of pulled it a little bit on Friday last week. Like I was just doing this exercise and I kind of pulled it, but it's okay for the most part. Feeling better today actually, but yeah. So, and I was still, you know, trying to do some dunking and everything. And I was still getting pretty close. Like I could dunk like a mini football still. So, I mean, not even a regular size football, but I feel like when I can dunk a regular size football, I'll be like nearly pretty much at dunking a basketball anyway. So, yeah, close, getting close now. That's for sure. I reckon I'm still probably maybe about 3 inches or about 7 or 8 centimeters away from dunking. At least from judging by the weekend. Could be less though with some new gains and whatnot, but yeah, we'll see. Just yeah, trying to rest up, let the body recover, and then probably have another jump sesh at some point. You know, it's really just fun being able to see, especially now that I'm at such a close stage where potentially I could be able to. So yeah, no, definitely really excited for that. It's not really something that I've been working towards consciously, but it's kind of something that's been happening in the background, I guess, as a result of, you know, all the exercise in the gym that I've been doing. My legs have been getting stronger, lower body, and just body as a whole, I guess. But yeah, I actually didn't work out this morning. Woke up too late. I literally I can't even remember the dream I was having, but all I remember from it is whenever I heard my alarm bell ring, I would just be like, oh no, that's my signal to keep staying asleep or something like that. I don't even understand why, but anyway, that just meant I slept in until about 7:30, I watched a little bit of a lecture but didn't get to work out. So I'm actually for once going to try to do it post-work today. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also going to try to do some maybe cold calling on my lunch break. First time ever, but otherwise I'm not going to have another chance to do it today. And I really just want to get stuck into it because I've been putting it off for so long. Again, even if I just make one call, that's where you start off with, just make one call. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for now. I'll talk to you guys on my lunch break. Hello everyone, I'm back. Walking back to the office from my lunch break. And I'm very excited. I just got a few cold calls done to some schools, kind of trying to promote my business, and the reviews were very good, you know, like they were all basically hooking me up with their kind of careers council section, and they all seemed really, you know, happy to do that. So I'm like, I'm actually cooking, you know. So one of them took down my email, the other one gave me their email and told me to reach out to this person. So it's looking really good. So yeah, you know, that should be, you know, this could be the start of a really good journey. So I think I called up 4 different schools. The first one didn't pick up. The second one, yeah, picked up, but then gave me their email to reach out to. The third one didn't pick up. And the fourth one took down my details and said that they'll pass them on to students themselves. So looking really promising. Again, who knows? You know, maybe I'll hear back from no one, but at least at the start, it seems really good. So cold calling is the way to go. I think just keep going with that, and we'll see where we can get this business up to, you know. Cold calling on my lunch break. This is a real student grind. I've talked about the student grind set before, but I've just took it to a new level, you know. You do, you know, some study in the morning and at night. You do work during the day, and on your lunch break you do cold calls, you know. Crazy, absolutely crazy. But anyway, I'm pretty much back at the office, so I will talk to you guys on the way home. Hello everyone, we are back on the walk home. Another good day of work in the books. And I'll give you guys a bit of a fit check. You can see I've kind of got my jumper on, a bit like this, just because it was a bit hot, so I decided to take it off. But obviously still have to bring it home with me, so I'm just like carrying it around like this. But I think it looks good. Anyway, I think I'm looking good today. Glowing in the sun, which is really nice. But yeah, I think I'm still on a bit of a high post those cold calls I was doing at lunch. Like I was saying, big time student grind set, you know. Study in the morning, go to work, you work 9 to 5. On your lunch break you do cold calling, and then you get home and, well, I'm gonna do a workout and then more study, you know. It's like, if that's not the student grind set, I don't know what is. So yeah, no, it was good. But yeah, the cold calling was crazy. You know, like I didn't even have to convince them, and I was like stuttering so much. I was like fumbling my words, and they were so like receptive to it. You know, they were like, I was just like, you know, can I help out students with these CVs and everything, because that's gonna be what I'm angling towards with the business. And they were so accepting, you know, like so nice. And even though, yeah, like I said, I was fumbling my words and everything, and I was stuttering a bit because it's again, it was my first ever cold calls. So yeah, no, it went swimmingly. Really happy with how it went. And I think that's just a really good motivator, you know, keep doing it. But yeah, like I said, they said they'll put me in touch with some students. Well, one of the schools said they'll put me in touch with students. The other one said for me to reach out to another email. So I'll have to go and do that. I'll try to do that tonight. But yeah, no, that was really good. I also can't remember if I touched on this earlier, but I did do a podcast yesterday. I feel like surely I touched on this in the morning. I can't even remember anymore. But yeah, I did this really nice podcast. And yesterday, after I got home, I'm pretty sure I did touch on this in the morning now that I remember. But yeah, it was really good. You know, it was asking me about uni life and everything like that, getting involved with clubs at uni. So it was really nice. You know, I feel like passing on some wisdom and everything is really good. So yeah, no, it was nice. I was enjoying it. I really do like doing those podcasts, and kind of just, you know, any type of content creation is what I'm really into right now, I would say. So like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Would like to do more of that type of stuff in the future, definitely. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful day. But yeah, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, I did not do a workout in the morning, and I think I'm on a 7-day streak so far, and I want to make it 8. So I woke up too late. I woke up at 7:30. I mean, if I was very quick, I could have squeezed in a workout, but I needed to make my chicken and everything in the air fryer, so I probably wouldn't have really had time. So I was just like, okay, you know what? I won't work out in the morning, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to skip the workout for the whole day. You know, I'm determined, and I'm going to make sure I get the workout done once I come back from work. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go into the house, get changed, start the workout. You know, hopefully I've started before 5:30. That's the goal. So it's about 5:15, 5:20 now, I reckon. So yeah, no, really good, really good. Should be good. Get a good workout in, get a good pump in. You know, I'm really trying to focus just on being consistent with the working out. So much of it is showing up, you know. It's not even like it's got to be your best workout ever. Just keep showing up, be consistent. You know, not only with working out, but also with the food you're putting into your body, and you get the rewards. That's my mentality. But yeah, really got to angle in for that protein. Try to get at least, you know, 1 pound per gram of body weight. Wait, what is it? 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. I think I'm something like 165 pounds. I know I'm more in kilos, which I think I'm about 75 kilos probably. So maybe 73 kilos, something like that. But yeah, so around 165-ish grams of protein I've got to get a day, which I've been under it for the last while because I thought it was only like 140 pounds, but I just searched it up yesterday, or 150 pounds. But yeah, I just searched it up yesterday and I saw that, so I want to really just try to make sure I get enough protein in. I think I've had about 90 grams of protein so far today, but yeah, like I said, I've really got to try to maximize that. I think maybe I should potentially have some protein powder, or like start eating, or not eating, but you know, putting protein powder in like water or something. I don't know. Or do people do that? Or maybe like creatine or something. I think I'll definitely have to start on the creatine at some point in the near future. Maybe in like, you know, a month or 2. But I think I don't want to start on it just yet, just right now. Just because I am getting the protein up intake from what it was before, and I'm still getting a lot of new gains from that. So I'm just like, I don't need to rush adding in another thing which is going to boost me. I'd rather add the creatine in once I hit a little bit more of a natural plateau, not for like a long period, but like at least for like a few weeks, and then let that boost me up there. That's my thinking. I don't know if that's smart or not, but that's what my thinking is, at least. So yeah, that's what I'm going to angle towards. But yeah, I'm pretty much home right now, so thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you on Thursday, which is the next day I'm working, and the next video.